Okay, so I know we have talked staffing out the union. I know we have talked recruiting out the union.
What is a yin-yang, by the way?
That is not appropriate for this meeting.
Okay.
So, by show of hands, who here has been understaffed before? Before? Okay. What does that do to you as the manager?
Rules weekends.
Right. So it burns you out, right?
Makes me not want to answer my phone.
Yes. So what happens?
Sucks. I'm stuck. Your fault.
Oh my God. Okay, so, yes, so it burns you out because y'all as the managers end up picking up the shifts, right? It's you. You're the one that has to end up, oh, well, did so-and-so cover for so-and-so? Oh, they couldn't figure it out, so now I've gotta reach out to so-and-so. I mean, it is easily the most massive pain in your you-know-what, yin-yang. What we're talking about.
Who is the yin-yang
I
behind?
don't know. Right, that is the biggest trigger for you, correct? It's the people drama and the call-outs. Okay, so when you're burned out, what does it do to your teams?
It burns them out.
It burns them out. What does it do to your customers?
They notice it.
They notice it,
Right,
they don't like it.
right, so they're waiting longer because there's somebody not there. They see you're mad, that the other stylists are angry, okay? So it doesn't give them a good customer experience, right? So what you've got is a domino effect of a lot of just angry people, okay? So that's what we're trying to prevent here. And I'm gonna show you some numbers that show you what we're talking about, okay?
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
You all have a copy of the PowerPoint, and we gave you a handout, so you can make notes.
Please make notes. Please make
We
notes.
notice that nobody ever makes notes.
It's a must. If you don't make notes, you don't leave.
We're gonna check y'all before we go.
Okay,
Please make notes.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. All good. All right, so we have to start at a baseline, right? We have to know where we are to know where we want to go, okay? So this is applicant tracking. I showed you this a little bit before, right? So every year, we look at, okay, how many applicants do we have for the year in total, right? We know we have some different, that are seasonal, that come in at higher times of the year, okay? Hires and terms are the same way. So we've tracked from 2017 to right now. So 2022 was our highest applicant year to date. 2023, we are even higher. Okay, by end of first quarter 2023, we have had more applicants than we've ever had before, which is incredible news for you, right? That is a good thing. That means we are putting a positive view of our company out into the community. People are wanting to work with us more. These are all great things that set us up for a great summer, which we know is where this comes in and the highest customer counts, okay? Here's our hires and terms. So I track this every week. This is a whiteboard in my office. 2022, we have hired 20 people. This is not receptionists, this is stylists only. So that is almost one per salon. Okay, 2023, yes. And we have lost 22 of them, right? So we are at a -2 for the year so far. And it is worse, we've got a couple more coming in April that are not up to date, but I know in the next week they will. So we're looking at a -2, -4 for the year, okay? That doesn't look very good, right? So let's go to staffing needs, okay? So this changes obviously weekly as we got people coming in and out, all right, by salon. So that's the interesting thing about having 22 locations. Each one of your staffing needs is different. Some of you do not need to recruit at all. You are overstaffed. Some of you are in DEFCON 5, right? So it is a large recruiting need by salon, and that's okay. But we are -16 at the moment, so, okay? So let's remember, we've had 89 something people apply. We've hired 20, we've lost 22 plus, and we need 16. What does that tell us? It's a lot of numbers coming at you, but how do those dots connect? retention issue. We don't really have a recruiting issue. We hire a lot of people actually every year. I mean, we hire 70, 75, 80 people a year, every single year. It's not recruiting, okay? It's a retention issue. Now, I am not saying you have to keep the Paula Heshes of the world, okay? I am not saying you have to keep people who are drunk in your salon, okay? That is not what I'm saying here. Those are people we don't want because they actually create more of a staffing issue, right? But there is a group of folks who, if you had a conversation with, or if you worked with, maybe, hey, I know you're having a tough time at home, let's work with your schedule for the next 90 days, okay? Those conversations make or break your employees. They do, because they're not just numbers, they're not just machines, they're not cogs in a wheel. These are folks with lives, okay? If they have medical stuff, right, you gotta give them some grace. It doesn't have to be forever, it doesn't mean you're giving away the farm. It just means a conversation, and it means maybe you write a letter and you do something for 90 days until they can get themselves back on track, okay? Those are just some thoughts, and Olivia, wherever Olivia is, she is going to be talking to you a little bit more about that today. But yes, you're exactly right, it's a retention issue. Now, this -16 is bodies. Bodies do not equal floor hours, obviously, because a full-timer versus a part-timer are two very different things, right? Part-time I view as 0.5, full-time I view as 1. But a part-timer can work anywhere from 1 hour to 29 hours, okay? A full-timer can work anywhere from 36 to more than that, right? So that is very different and skewed in that way. So I just want you to be aware. Now, I want you to know what home office does in recruiting. So that number one, you're aware of what your company's trying to do, and then maybe you get some ideas from that and takeaways, okay? So I go to training every month. I am in recruiting training with Great Clips Corporate, sometimes twice a month, on best practices. I talk to other franchisees. I'm like, hey, what's working, what's not working, right? I know that students and previous employees are our two biggest pools of employees, okay? So that's where I focus my efforts there, because return on investment is what you will hear me say 1,000,001 times, right? I can do a whole lot of things, you can do a whole lot of things, but what gives you the most bang for your buck so you're not wasting your time and your energy, okay? So I do training, just as you do training, right? That's what we did last time. We did interview training. We're gonna talk about it a little bit more today. The hiring playbook, right? That is to train you to make a very easy onboarding experience for the applicants who come in. We have a hefty social media presence, right? It's very curated on purpose, because what I want you to remember is anything that we do as a company for marketing, right? Anything that is customer focused is also potential stylist focused. Because anything a customer sees, a potential stylist can also see, right? It is all connected. So that's why we put before and after haircuts on our social media. Because we want customers to say, oh gosh, that's what I want to look like. But we also want stylists to say, hey, that's a badass haircut. I can do that too. I want to work there. That's why we also put happy birthdays on social media. That's why we also put, hey, this person just bought a car on social media. It's very intentional about why we show those things, okay? We want the customers to see it. We also want potential stylists to see those things as well. Social media direct messaging. So I am on social media stalking people every day, and I talk to them through their inboxes. It's not been super successful to me. Corporate told me I came on too strong. So I let ladies like Brittany Nicholas handle that for me, because not my strong suit, or maybe too strong suit, whatever. All right, social media groups to recruit. So Brunswick County's good at this. I have seen you guys on your Brunswick County pages in some of those groups putting yourselves out there. That's excellent. Job posts on your personal social media accounts. So Virginia and Olivia did this, right? Because we have a virtual career fair coming up in April, and you both shared it on your personal social media. Yes. TikTok. TikTok has been awesome. Guess how many views we have on our TikTok page?
95,537.
95,000 views! 95,000 views. And some of you guys are naturally very good at making TikToks. So, James has given me permission to tell you in this meeting, I don't know if he remembers this, but through the month of April, we'll pay you $50 per TikTok video that we use, okay? That doesn't mean we'll pay you for 50 every time you send one, but if we use it, okay, we'll give you $50 through the month of April.
It has to send it to you.
Yes, send it to me. Yes, send it to me, because we have to own the video to share it across all of our social media, okay?
Is that open to stylists or just managers?
We're gonna stick with managers right now. We're gonna stick with managers for the moment and see what we get. Alright, so Indeed resume sourcing. So we pay $130 every month on Indeed, and we get 30 resumes that I get to stalk these folks and say, hey, come work for us, this is why we're great, right? And I get to message them and follow up with them every single month. I target it by highest need salon. That's how I interact with these folks. We have 12 Indeed ads running right now. We have 10 Better Team ads running right now. We have Great Clips Corporate, a fun little tricky fact. I refresh this every week, and it puts us to the top of the list so people see it more. We work with a Pivot CX platform, which is just, corporate takes all of, anybody who's ever been interested in Great Clips, and we reach out to those folks. Okay, so we obviously track applicant info. We track Better Team, Indeed, Pivot CX, GC, online, walk-ins, call-ins, because I wanna know what time of year these people are coming in, how they're applying to us, where do we need to put our money to. Competitor review, that's a big one. We know that anybody who works at Smart Styles is miserable. That's why we've been targeting Smart Styles folks, because they don't have the foot traffic and they're not making any money, right? I know Fantastic Sam has a hiring bonus right now. I know that anybody who works at Sport Clips doesn't really wanna leave Sport Clips, right? They're a happier group if they can get their hours. The problem is, they can't get their hours, okay? So we also visit, right, schools, that's our big one. That's where we get the people from, because this is the new influx into the workforce, and this is where we can get a lot of our folks. Who's gotten a receptionist this semester from a school visit? Raise your hand. Yes, so we've gotten 3 receptionists just from school visits this semester, okay? So we're in 10 schools. We do 10 to 12 visits per semester, okay? So you're looking somewhere between 20 and 25 school visits per year. We sit on 4 cosmetology boards. We do spa days and open houses with these folks outside of our regular Great Clip stuff. And then we build and train the design team, who then goes out and also demos up to 10 to 12 times per semester, okay? We have job shadows, right? Who here has conducted a job shadow in the last year? Raise your hand. So thank you to you folks who have done the job shows, because that is massive. That is huge for recruiting, okay? We get receptionists from these, hopefully. We do email campaigns. We have recruiting postcards. We reach out to previous employees. We are in community job fairs. We are in virtual job fairs. Google reviews, that is big. Because if I'm looking to work somewhere, I'm going to Google them first, right? I wanna see what this place is about. What do their customers think of them? Are they busy, right? I don't wanna work in some place that has 1,000,001 redos. I wanna work in a place that has a really good reputation in the area. So Google reviews are just as important for customers, just as important for potential stylists, okay? Visual noise in your salon. So those are the now hiring signs, those are the recruiting flyers. Like I said, anything marketing we do that's customer facing is also potential stylist facing. That goes for the sponsorships, donations, coupons, right? We have, like, we're about to do an event for the Hammerheads. Well, the Hammerheads has 6,000 soccer players in the league. At least one of those kids has a mama who's a hairstylist. At least one, right? It's important to get us out there. And then retention efforts. Retention efforts. Guys, anything that we do for retention, 401k, your medical insurance, your mental health program, your team building events, your contest, right? All of those things that we use to keep folks here, we use to recruit folks here, okay? All of it's connected. That is why I do recruiting, marketing, retention, because it's all working towards the same goal, right? Bringing people here and then keeping them here, okay? It's all connected, it's all connected. So, word of mouth. Why do you think a salon that is fully staffed stays so fully staffed.
Less stress.
It's less stress,
More fun.
right? It's more fun. So
Sense of
you've
teamwork.
It's teamwork.
They're making money.
They're making money. So what you've got in this fully staffed salon is a culture, right? You're building this culture of no call outs because your teammates are gonna call you out for this, right? You have steady customer flow, people are making their money, they're happy. So when you have a happy group, a fully staffed group, what are they gonna do? They're gonna tell other people about how happy they are and how much they love their job. Cause I can guarantee you, if they ain't happy, guess what they're doing? They're bitching to every mama, Joe, somebody that walks in about how unhappy they are at work, right?
Mhm.
Happy teams, word of mouth is the very best thing you can hope for in recruiting, okay? So, my biggest takeaway for y'all, what I want for you today is I want you to have the tools available for when you leave this meeting to build your teams. I want you to have a laundry list of tools ready to go for you to build your teams and for you to get your teams to help you build their teams, all right? So we got lots of those coming today, lots of tools to give to you, but one of those is an Indeed ad, right? So I made 12 Indeed ads for your salons. What I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm gonna post them on your Slack channels. And then I want you to copy paste them into your social media accounts and share them, okay? I want you to do them, but I also want your stylist to do them. It is an open public link, okay? So anybody can copy and paste it. And the more people that do it, the more likely you will have more clicks and more applies, right? And even if you're fully staffed, as Mayfair is, if you might be fully staffed, but your salon down the road may not be, right? Okay, so are there questions on this?
Julie, if I could add something, we've done this campaign in Nashville. This Indeed and really it's in Facebook. The link that Julie's gonna give you, we've had our stylists, post the links and the manager post the link in their Facebook feed. And it's a really slick link because when you click on it, it takes you immediately to an application that's within Facebook, even though it's through Indeed, and it's really smooth. And we've gotten lots of applicants in Nashville using this, so, please, when a salon is short-staffed, that is pain that is equally shared, most by the manager, but equally shared. Convince all your stylists, everyone knows different people, the number of people that we have connections with just through our teams is never ending, so please have them share this. It has been very successful for us in Nashville over the last 3 weeks, like 20-some applicants.
Yeah, that would be incredible, cause hairstylists are hairstylists, right? But you guys at least know outside of Great Clips, 3 to 4 hairstylists, right? So it's very widespread. So I want to give you tools. That is the goal of this meeting. So the GMs are gonna, yes, sir.
A question,
Yes.
maybe late to the party.
Uh-huh.
So in Florida, be a licensed stylist, you agree to have your information as a public forum to the Department of Business and Professional
Mhm.
Regulation. I know 2 separate states, is that
Yep.
the same in North Carolina?
Yes and no. So you can purchase, so what we've done, we have purchased multiple times from the Cosmetology Board a list of licensed cosmetologists in the state of North Carolina. How you reach out to them is tricky according to state laws. So you can email them because that is listed. Technically, are you supposed to text them? No, but you can call them, which I have done, lots of times. So,
We thought maybe-
yeah. We have also done postcard send. It wasn't super successful. We
Really
tried
bad
it.
addresses.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just bad data, it's when people first become, they put their address in and all that.
They don't have to update that quarterly?
No.
Nope.
They don't.
Really?
Yeah, we are toying with a clandestine organization that will find everybody and give us their cell phone numbers so that we can text them on an automated campaign. So no
I'm
one
asking
here,
because
no
in
one here heard that.
Florida quarterly, you have to update your driver's license and your address with the Department of Business and
It's not that way.
Regulations.
It's not that way here, it's really bad data.
Yeah, so we spend quite a few $1,000s emailing postcards out to these folks,
Got
and we didn't
nothing.
really get anybody from that.
I've looked for myself on the list and I wasn't
Yeah.
on it.
So that's what I'm saying, I think you have to give it a shot, right? You have to try a bunch of things, doesn't mean everything works, right? But you do have to try it. So these are all things we have given a shot. But the GMs are gonna come up here and talk to you a little bit about some tools, right? Really, you get to pick and choose what's best for you and your teams, okay? Any other questions? All right, thank you guys.
It's hard.
Thanks, Julie. Yeah. So